या शुभ्र वस्त्रावृता
या वीणा वरदण्डमण्डितकरा
या श्वेत पद्मासना
या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः
देवै सदा वन्दिता
सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती
निःशेष जाड्यापहा।
ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यं करवावहै
तेजस्विना पतितमस्तु
मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
नमो सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। ॐ नमो सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। ॐ नमो सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। ॐ नमो सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। श्वेतपद्मासना देवी श्वेतपुष्पशोभिता श्वेताम्बरधरा नित्य श्वेतगन्धानुलेपना श्वेतपद्मासना देवी श्वेतपुष्पशोभिता श्वेताम्बरधरा नित्य श्वेतगन्धानुलेपना। ॐ नमो सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। ॐ नमो सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः।
श्वेताक्षसूत्रहस्ता च श्वेतचन्दनचर्चिता
श्वेताक्षसूत्रहस्ता च श्वेतचन्दनचर्चिता
श्वेतवीणा धरा शुभ्रा श्वेतलङ्कारभूषिता
श्वेतवीणा धरा शुभ्रा श्वेतलङ्कारभूषिता। ॐ नमो सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। ॐ नमो सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। वन्दिता सिद्धगन्धर्व वैराचितसुरदानवै पूजिता मुनिभिः सर्वैः ऋषिभिः स्तूयते सदा। वन्दिता सिद्धगन्धर्व वैराचितसुरदानवै पूजिता मुनिभिः सर्वैः ऋषिभिः स्तूयते सदा।
स्तोत्रेणानेन तां देवीं जगद्धात्रीं सरस्वती
स्तोत्रेणानेन तां देवीं जगद्धात्रीं सरस्वतीं ये स्मरन्ति त्रिसन्ध्यायां सर्वा विद्या लभन्ते। ये स्मरन्ति त्रिसन्ध्यायां सर्वा विद्या लभन्ते। ॐ नमो सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। ॐ नमो सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। श्वेतपद्मासना देवी श्वेतपुष्पशोभिता श्वेताम्बरधरा श्वेतगन्धानुलेपना श्वेताम्बरधरा नित्या श्वेतगन्धानुलेपना श्वेतगन्धानुलेपना
This piece of music marks a perfect beginning to our fond remembrances of school years in MIS. This particular shlok and bhajan is a tribute from our batch to the teachers who taught us so much more than mere academics.
होने से मैं खुद को मुकम्मल मानता हूँ, उस प्रभु से पहले मैं अपने गुरु को जानता हूँ। अपने शिक्षकों के अमूल्य वचनों को स्वयं में समेटे और उनके द्वारा बनाए गए मूल्यों को हम अपने जीवन में उतारकर आज सफलता का स्वाद चख रहे हैं। बात जब भी हमारी प्रेरणा की आती है, हमें सबसे पहले हमारे शिक्षक और आपकी कही हुई बातें ही याद आती हैं। चाहे हम आज जिंदगी के किसी भी पड़ाव पर या दुनिया के किसी भी कोने में हों, ये सीखें आज भी हमारे जहन में बनी हुई हैं।
So many of our memories as a batch are around music, recitations, and morning assembly. It is no surprise that as we started to recount our memories of time in school, most of us responded by singing these melodies or reciting these lines, now ingrained indelibly on our minds.
Who by Sri Aurobindo. In the blue of the sky, in the green of the forest, whose is the hand that has painted the glow?
When the winds were asleep in the womb of the ether, who was it roused them and bade them to blow?
He is lost in the heart, in the cavern of nature. He is found in the brain, where he builds up the thought.
In the pattern and bloom of the flowers he is woven, in the luminous net of the stars he is caught.
In the strength of a man, in the beauty of a woman, in the laugh of a boy, in the blush of a girl.
The hand that sent Jupiter spinning through heaven spends all his cunning to fashion a girl.
There are his words and his veils and his shadows. But where is he then? By what name is he known?
Is he Brahma or Vishnu? Man or a woman? Body or bodiless? Twin or alone?
We have love for a boy who is dark and resplendent. A woman is lord of us, naked and fierce.
We have seen him amuse on the snow of the mountains. We have watched him at work in the heart of the spheres.
With the wind and the weather beating round me, up to the hill and the moorland I go. Who will come with me? Who will climb with me? Wade through the brook and tramp through the snow? Not in the petty circle of cities, cramped by your doors and your walls I dwell. Over me, God is blue in the welkin. Against me, the wind and the storm rebel. I sport with solitude here in my regions of misadventure have made me a friend. Who would live largely? Who would live freely? Here to the wind-swept uplands ascend? I am the lord of tempest and mountain. I am the spirit of freedom and pride. Stark must he be, and a kinsman to danger, who shares my kingdom and walks at my side.
These recitations will stay with us forever, because who can forget the hurried memorizing outside Aspiration Hall as we nervously awaited our turn to recite at the podium. It was a nerve-wracking time, but it definitely prepared us for the times in adult life when our unfriendly eyes try to gauge you while you present your idea. And perhaps aptly, we tried to learn these.
Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Where knowledge is free. Where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls.
Where words come out from the depth of truth. Where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection.
Where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit,
where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father. Let my country awake Thank you.
When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile but you have to sigh.
When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is cruel with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. And many a failure turns about when he might have won had he stuck it out. So don't give up though the pace seems slow, you may succeed with another blow.
Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint and faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late when the night slipped down how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out.
And you never can tell just how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when you're the hardest hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit.
लबों पर उनके कभी बद्दुआ नहीं होती, बस एक गुरु ही तो हैं जो हमसे कभी खफा नहीं होते। माँ के आंचल और पिता की गोद के पश्चात कब हम आपके साथ एक प्यारे से बंधन में बंध गए पता ही नहीं चला। आपके उस असीम प्यार के लिए हृदय की गहराइयों से धन्यवाद।
हर स्वर मेरा उच्चार करे, हर सांस यही झंकार करे, मेरा हर रोन पुकार करे, मेरा हर रोन पुकार करे। मैं तेरा माँ, मैं तेरा माँ, मैं तेरा माँ, मैं तेरा माँ।
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव।
Here's something for you in Sanskrit. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah.
I'm going to recite this mantra for all my teachers and gurus. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। अर्थात आप मेरे माता और पिता के समान हैं गुरु, आप मेरे भाई और साथी हैं, आप ही अकेले ज्ञान और धन हैं प्रभु, और आप ही मेरे लिए सब कुछ हैं गुरु।
As we came together to put this video, we met a teacher who not only taught us all over again, but also patiently supported us in putting this together. This is a special thanks to our music teacher, Rita Chatterjee ma'am. You would have also spotted the superb beats that we struggled to match as Fateh Singh sir's tabla. Thank you, sir, for taking the extra trouble to record your beats, without which this song would have been incomplete. Our entire experience of learning, singing and recording this song has been pure joy. You took us back to Aspiration Hall and our childhood so effortlessly.
मैं क्या जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं, सुर की गति मैं क्या जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं, अर्थ भजन का भी अति गहरा, अर्थ भजन का भी अति गहरा, उसको भी मैं क्या जानूं, प्रभु 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 कहना जानूं, प्रभु 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 कहना जानूं, ना जानूं गुण गावे प्रभु न्याय न छोड़े फिर क्यों तुम गुण गाते हो फिर क्यों तुम गुण गाते हो मैं मौला मैं प्रेम दीवाना इतनी बातें क्या जानूं प्रभु 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 करना जानूं प्रभु 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 करना जानूं नैना जल भरना जानूं सुर की गति में क्या जानूं एक भजन करना जानूं सुर की गति में क्या जानूं एक भजन करना जानूं
We were spoiled for choice as our teachers gave us so much to choose from. We had a whole range of affection, sternness, kindness, friendship, and guides to choose from. In reality, we all took some bit of everything, and this is what made us us.
Today, as I hold this paper and pen, I relive my days at school with you by my side, correcting, grooming, and nurturing each one, celebrating our uniqueness as you shaped us. So today we bow to the teacher you have been. Your teaching lives on in every pupil. Often when now we correct and role model as parents, or professionally when we handle matters at our end. You live in our actions and you live in our voice. Teacher, you will be teacher for all our life. Teachers' Day is not just a day for us. We celebrate you each day in our thoughts. So with gratitude we say you are special and really special in many ways. We might not be in touch or call you teacher, but deep within our hearts you shall always live and stay.
Thanks for taking the time to teach us as you have done. You made learning interesting. You made learning fun. You gave your time to help us, prepare us for the world outside. Thank you for being our teacher. We all say that with pride.
I hope we were good learners because we owe so much to all your efforts. There is something in the recitations we learned by heart as children. We didn't understand the full import of all that we recited by heart, but at different points in our lives, these words came alive. And it is probably why we are all able to recall and recite them with so much enthusiasm even today.
Indispensable man. Sometimes when you feel important, sometimes when your ego is in good, sometimes when you take it for granted, you are the best qualified for the role. Sometimes when you feel that you're going, you leave an unfillable role. Just follow these simple instructions and see how they humble your soul.
Take a bucket and fill it with water. Put your hand in it up to the wrist. Pull it out and the hole that's remaining is a measure of how you'll be missed. You can splash as you wish when you enter. You may stir up the water galore. But stop and you'll find that in no time it looks quite the same as before. The moral of this quaint example is do just the best you can. Be proud of yourself, but remember, there is no indispensable man.
There are moments when the Spirit moves among men and the breath of the Lord is abroad upon the waters of our being. There are others when it retires and men are left to act in the strength or the weakness of their own egoism. The first are the periods when even a little effort produces great results and changes destiny. The second are spaces of time when much labor goes to the making of a little result. It is true that the latter may prepare the former, maybe the little smoke of sacrifice going up to heaven, which calls down the rain of God's bounty. Unhappy is the man or the nation which, when the divine moment arrives, is found sleeping or unprepared to use it, because the lamp has not been kept trimmed for the welcome and the ears are sealed to the call. But thrice woe to them who are strong and ready, yet waste the force or misuse the moment. For them is irreparable loss or a great destruction.
In the hour of God, cleanse thy soul of all self-deceit and hypocrisy and vain self-flattering, that thou mightst look straight into thy spirit and hear that which summons it. All insincerity of nature, once thy defense against the eye of the master and the light of the ideal, becomes now a gap in thy armor and invites the blow. Even if thou conquer for the moment, it is the worse for thee, for the blow shall come afterwards and cast thee down in the midst of thy triumph. But being pure, cast aside all fear. For the hour is often terrible, a fire and a whirlwind and a tempest, a treading of the winepress, of the wrath of God. But he who can stand up in it, on the truth of his purpose, is he who shall stand. Even though he fall, he shall rise again. Even though he seem to pass on the wings of the wind, he shall return. Nor let worldly prudence whisper too closely in thy ear, for it is the hour of the unexpected, the incalculable, the immeasurable. Meet not the power of the breath by thy petty instruments, but trust and go forward. But most keep thy soul clear, even if for a while, of the clamor of the ego. Then shall a fire march before thee in the night, and the storm be thy helper, and thy flag shall wave on the highest height of the greatness that was to be conquered.
आपने गुरु के माध्यम से समय समय पर हमारे सखा का पात्र निभाया। स्कूल के ट्रिप्स, पिकनिक्स या फिर एनुअल डेज और SUPW पीरियड्स को हम कैसे भूल सकते हैं। आज भी हमारे मन में ऐसे कई किस्से उमड़ उमड़ आते हैं जिन्हें सोचकर मन प्रफुल्लित हो जाता है। इन्हीं यादों के कुछ श्रद्धा सुमन अर्पित हैं।
This is a message for all our beloved teachers, especially remembering Amita Chandra ma'am. As a new joinee in class 5, my first project was to make an igloo for social science. I made my igloo with the eggshells of the morning's breakfast. I was quite nervous about it, as I thought my classmates will tease me कि नाश्ते का प्रोजेक्ट बना के ले आइए, or if the eggshells will break in the bus. Amita ma'am called me to her desk, made me sit in her lap and said that it's the best project and that I was a very bright girl. Thank you ma'am. Your kind words gave me the confidence to pull through the year. Happy Teachers' Day to all our teachers.
This is an ode to all my English teachers, to the ladies who taught us to read, express, and love the language. With your support, an entire world of drama and literature opened before my eyes, and it is a gift which has never waned with time. I will always carry it with me, and the beauty of prose and the romance of letters is one of my greatest joys in life. Thank you for the lifelong gift of language, for weaving the magic of stories and poetry in our lives. We cherish our times together and will always remember you well.
I remember being in 12th grade and having the opportunity to be a teacher for a day, wearing a sari, and all the boys were in suits and ties. I want to especially thank and remember Alice Matthews ma'am. She was my 3rd grade teacher, and she was the first teacher that encouraged me to go on stage. I didn't even know that. And since then, my love for stage started and it grew. And from there, I would like to thank Deepti Gulati ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for always encouraging me, always pushing me to be my best. Anytime I found myself going off path or not knowing what to do or how to push myself further, I would think, what Indupilli ma'am would say to us, and is to always, always do our best. I feel so fortunate to be an alumni of Mothers International School. Thank you so much. Happy Teachers Day.
We are each in our chosen paths in life now, and that we have come together to wish and thank our teachers is because we have such special memories of our times with you.
Well, my first day in school was in second grade, and early morning I was handed over a piece of paper to recite in front of the whole primary school. Me being oblivious to the reciting world was so jittery that those 2 lines seemed like a million words then. Apparently, it didn't even mean much to me. But as time flew, I realized the real meaning, and they were embedded in me somewhere. And all my life, I've been just repeating them to both my kids now. God helps those who help themselves. So a big thank you to all my lovely teachers for making me what I am today, and wishing them and all my friends a happy Teachers Day. Thank you.
Happy Teachers Day to all the teachers of MIS. You did and are doing an incredible job. Please continue to be amazing. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and we all look forward to meeting you in person when this pandemic is over one day.
We want to thank our teachers for being inspirational and amazing in every way possible.
For inculcating values that each one of us has carried wherever in the world we are, and for a wealth of school memories too numerous to capture here.
My love for history, my fascination for maps, my love for writing, my sarcastic humor, and my strong foundation of data structures, each one of these is a reflection of our wonderful teachers.
Caring about us and making us feel that we all mattered, for all the times you gave precedence to our welfare above rules. An incident that comes to mind is of class 12 during pre-boards when I was very anxious and I decided to skip the English exam so I could study a bit extra for the physics exam. But the next day, I was so scared to go to school and face my English teacher, Mrs. Geeta Kumar. She came up to me and she didn't ask for any explanation, and instead she said, "I'm so disappointed that you deprived me the joy of reading your exam essay." And in that moment of kindness, she took away all the fear and the anxiety I felt. So thank you very much.
And for giving us patience, knowledge, and the foundation for becoming the best that we can be. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
बूंद बूंद से बनता सागर, जले दीप से दीपक, अक्षर अक्षर पढ़कर माना, बन जाता है साक्षर, बन जाता है साक्षर.
If there is a message to take away from this video, it is that our school was special. And it's not the bricks and mortars that made it so. As teachers, you breathed living soul into the desks and blackboards. There is no indispensable man, we are taught, but our sentiments tell us otherwise. You were what made our childhood and growing up years the wonder years they were.
I watched them tearing a building down, a gang of men in a busy town. With a ho-heave-ho and a lusty yell, they swung the beam and the side wall fell.
I asked the foreman, "Are these men skilled?" He gave a laugh and said, "No indeed. Just unskilled labor is all I need, and I can easily wreck in a day or two what builders have taken a year to do."
And I thought to myself as I went my way, which of these roles have I tried to play? Am I a builder who works with care, measuring life with rule and square? Am I shaping my deeds by a well-laid plan, patiently doing the best I can? Or am I a wrecker who walks the town, content with the labor of tearing down? Thank you.
Make of us the hero warriors we aspire to become. May we fight successfully the great battle of the future that is to be born.
Against the past that seeks to endure, so that new things may manifest and we be ready to receive them.
Learn to aspire,
What's gone is in the past. Today is all that matters. Make each moment last. We know that our fears can sometimes hide what we hope to achieve. So, to show the world who we are, knowledge is the key. On this beautiful day, I, Priyanka Bakshi, class of 1996, take this opportunity to wish all the teachers who have contributed impeccably in our lives a very happy Teachers' Day.
खेल, सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम, प्रतियोगिताएं एवं एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज़ में भाग लेने का प्रोत्साहन और न केवल हारने जीतने की फिक्र करने के आपके विचारों ने हमें जीवन के उतार चढ़ाव को झेलने की शक्ति प्रदान करी है।
तू ढूंढता है जिसको बस्ती में या के वन में, वो सावरा सलोना रहता है तेरे मन में। मस्जिद में, मंदिरों में, पर्वत के कंदरों में लहरा रहा है वो ही कुदरत के बांकेपन में। तू ढूंढता है जिसको।
श्री औरबिंदो नामे आनंदो, श्री औरबिंदो नामे आनंदो, जोगी राजो नमो नमो, जोगी राजो नमो नमो।
सूर की गति मैं क्या जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं। सूर की गति मैं क्या जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं।
कानपुर के नाना की मुंबोली बहन छबीली थी, लक्ष्मीबाई नाम पिता की वो संतान अकेली थी। नाना के संग पढ़ती थी वो, नाना के संग खेली थी, बर्छी ढाल कृपाण कटारी उसकी यही सहेली थी। वीर शिवाजी की गाथाएं उसको याद जबानी थी, बुंदेले हर बोलों के मुंह हमने सुनी कहानी थी। खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी।
It is a sign of the strength of friendships we made as children that we know we can count on each other even as adults. See how an entire section in school pulls it together to reminisce and recollect fun times together.
हम सब की तरफ से राष्ट्रकवि रामधारी सिंह दिनकर जी की लिखी हुई ये कविता आप सबके लिए। कविता का शीर्षक है शक्ति और क्षमा। क्षमा दया तब त्याग मनोबल सबका लिया सहारा, पर नरव्याघ्र सुयोधन तुमसे कहो कहां कब हारा। क्षमाशील हो रिपु समक्ष तुम हुए विनत जितना ही, तुष्ट कौरवों ने तुमको कायर समझा उतना ही।
अत्याचार सहन करने का कुफल यही होता है, पौरुष का आतंक मनुज कोमल होकर खोता। क्षमा शोभती उस भुजंग को जिसके पास गरल हो, उसका क्या जो दंतहीन विश्रहित विनीत सरल हो।
3 दिवस तक पंथ मांगते रघुपति सिंधु किनारे, बैठे पढ़ते रहे छंद अनुनय के प्यारे प्यारे।
उत्तर में जब एक नाद भी उठा नहीं सागर से, उठी अधीर धधक पौरुष की आग राम के शर से। सिंधु दे दर त्राही त्राही करता आ गिरा शरण में, चरण पूज दास्ता ग्रहण की बंधा मूंद बंधन में।
सच पूछो तो शर में ही बसती है दीप्ति विनय की, संधि वचन संपूज्य उसी का जिसमें शक्ति विजय की। सहनशीलता क्षमा दया को तभी पूजता जग है, बल का दर्प चमकता उसके पीछे जब जगमग है। धन्यवाद।
School was special because of you. Our memories are dearer because you helped shape them. If we learnt well, Most likely, your teaching was exceptional. We are lucky to remember school as poems, music, theatre, and sports, and not just the academics which syllabus set out. On those lovely green fields, we learned, loved, lost, and made bonds for life. You were a part of all of these life's lessons, and growing up with all of its pangs has you at the center of it. As we tumble down 25 years to relive our memories of those special times, we are sorry to not be able to meet you and share a moment together. Do count this as an offering of love from the little ones you helped shape. We will love you till we are capable of remembering, and thank you for the fabulous effort you put in.
आज हम सब के लिए ये अत्यंत भावुक पल हैं कि हम आपसे मिलकर अपना प्रेम, आदर और सम्मान प्रस्तुत नहीं कर पाए, परंतु आशा करते हैं कि आपको हमारी प्रस्तुति ने उसका एहसास अवश्य दिलाया होगा। अंत में यही कहना चाहेंगे, जो बनाए हमें इंसान और दे हमें सही गलत की पहचान, देश के ऐसे निर्माताओं को करते हैं शत शत प्रणाम। देश के ऐसे निर्माताओं को करते हैं शत शत प्रणाम। धन्यवाद।
Happy Teachers Day, this September 5th, 2020. Take care and do stay well. You and yours are important to all the generations you will help shape. Thank you for making these the best years of our lives. We end our messages to you in true MIS style, accompanied by a song and the uplifting sounds of the drums in praise of our nation. Here is the class of 1996 singing Vande Mataram like we did in Aspiration Hall